for, and we could graph this, and I'll show you this when we get to the next section. This is really telling us, I want to know what values do I need to solve for that will be less than or equal to 18. Okay, so we know it's an absolute value. Okay, can we just imagine this on a number line, on a Cartesian graph? I'm going to change it for you for just a second. Let's just say it's y. Okay, would I use the coordinate plane for this? Yes. So do I know, is it going to be a positive or a negative absolute value graph?
Positive.
It's going to be positive. Okay, do I know, Cassie, is it shifting to the right or the left?
Wait, let me think about it first. It's going to the right.
Okay, it's going to shift to the right, and we know that. So if I were to look at this, I know on the coordinate plane that it's going to shift to the right at negative 10, at 10. And what could you tell me about it, what it's going to look like? Is it going to be pretty steep? Okay, it's going to be a very narrow graph. So my graph is going to look like this.
Wait,
What? Why? Because this, if I had said to you, could you tell me about the steepness of the line right here? There's the slope, okay? Well, this acts like that controls the opening and the closing of my V. Okay? So in this case, I know that. What this is now asking, really, is what are the values at 18? And that's what this graph is really asking. Now, we're not graphing it on that. We can graph it just on a number line. Okay? And can somebody tell me what they got for number 72? Anybody? Yep, Stephen?
I got x is greater than or equal to 12, or x is less than or equal to 8.
Let me see if I can find this problem. Okay, hold on a second while I zoom in on
Do you
this.
want us to raise hands?
Right here. Okay. Does that, hold on a second, does that make sense? That I'm going to have values that are going to be less, x is going to be less than 8, or it's going to be greater than 12, based on that image. Now, we're not graphing it, that's one way of thinking about it, but we just had to solve these, the original problem. How many times do we solve it when there's only one variable? What? We're solving it twice. We want to know, is there a positive or a negative value? Now, I don't necessarily teach it this way, but I'd like you to look at this. Could I have rewritten this problem? I'm going to zoom in here. Okay, if this is the problem that we're working on, this marker is dying on me. Another marker, excuse me. I know that I'm going to solve this as 18 is less than or equal to 9 x minus 10, or what?
Negative 18.
Okay, or I'm going to have a negative 18 and then 9, sorry, I keep moving, sorry. Or a negative 18 is greater than or equal to 9x minus 10. Okay, and I'm solving it as a two-step problem. All right, so those of you who got lost on that, where are you getting lost? Jess?
I was just wondering, if you're going to because to get the 18 to a negative 18, you have to multiply it by negative 1. Why don't you multiply the 9 by negative 1 to make that one negative?
All right, So let's just look at this. So I'm solving this as 18 is going to be greater than, less than or equal to 9 x minus 10. And, hold on a second.
Don't you have to isolate the absolute value?
Yes, I did. I need to get rid of this 9 first. Sorry, I have to back up. Sorry.
So you only write it like you only write two equations if it's only just the absolute value and there's nothing outside of it.
Okay, sorry. Here's my or statement. I need to get my absolute value by itself, so I'm getting rid of this. So I have 2 is less than or equal to what? X minus 10. Okay, now I can write this as 2 is going to be less than or equal to x minus 10, or what? Negative 2 is greater than or equal to x minus 10.
Wait, can't you just do? Yeah.
I want to get my absolute value by itself first, so I'm not distributing.
Can you just multiply?
Multiply 9 by the x and 9 by the 10.
Yeah.
Make 9x minus 90.
Yeah.
What can you do
That's what I did.
Does it come out the same?
I
got the
So
same
it's
answer.
actually
Because wouldn't that like null the absolute value?
well, that's what I'm thinking, that if we did that, well, let's try that. I don't believe that would work. So if I had, let's do this problem over here. So if I had 18 is less than or equal to 9 x minus 10, you want to do the absolute value first?
Yeah, 9 times
I mean, distribute that?
Yeah, but the whole absolute value becomes
Just
like
harder work.
non-existent then.
Okay.
No, but then you just, negative 18 is greater than.
So you're gonna have 18 is less than or equal to 9x minus 90, or negative 18 is greater than or equal to 9x minus
It's
90.
just bigger numbers.
It's the same thing, it's just
Yeah.
normal work.
It's not work.
Two, hold on.
Oh, because you end up multiplying both sides. Right?
And so I'm gonna have what, 108 is less than 9x, divide by 9. What is that, x is going to be less than 12,
11.
right?
Oh.
Well,
Right,
does it
108
work for
divided by
other
9.
problems too, or does it just happen to work for that one? That's the way it works out. When,
Hold on, 62 is greater than 9x.
72. Oh, wait.
Yeah, it's 72, I think.
72, I
Yeah,
think.
72.
Is that 72?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry, 72. Okay, so I divide by that, and that's what, x, 8? And is that what we had for the last answer?
Yeah.
Well,
That's what I did.
That's the way I did it.
but
Okay.
would that work with other problems too, or did it just happen to work with that one? Because I think with the absolute value, like,
I think it works as long as you make sure to have a negative and a positive.
First way looks a lot faster.
Yeah, it appears that it's working. I guess I've never solved it that way. I've always gone with the rule of thumb that I want to, for instance, I just want to deal with the absolute value. Payment.
can I have a
Sorry, I thought you had something urgent to tell us. I'm gonna share with us. Okay, all right, so for 70, can we move on and let's see what happens with the next one with that absolute value, with that negative 8. Let's see, 126.
So I just wanted to ask,
Yeah.
when you ask who has the answer, do you want us to raise our hands or just blurt out?
Well, I sometimes do like to be able to call on people because I don't want the same people to answer all the time.